chestnuts. You're making my mouth water, Sophie. In this way, under the ashes, the chestnuts are going to roast nice and slowly.
You didn't forget to split the shells open, I hope, Sophie?
What for, Camille?
If they're not open, they can explode and burn you.
That's impossible. They're not exploding or jumping. We've put lots of earth above them. And lots of wood, too. They couldn't possibly get through all of that. It's like fireworks!
Oh, it burns, it hurts! You never believe anyone, do you, Sophie? And you do dangerous things, too. Margaret is badly burned now.
Badly burnt? You can't even see it anymore. A bit of red, that's all. Why must you get so upset about nothing?
Because you always make us upset, that's why. Will you stop it? Say you're sorry to Marguerite, Sophie.
Oh, you know, my friends, you can be very boring. Always trying to teach me something. Wake up, young lady. Nap time is over. You've had a nice long sleep.
Sophie! Sophie!
Oh, Alyssa is calling us.
Miss Sophie. Look at you. What have you been up to now?
Oh, I'm fine. Really, it's nothing.
Sophie, there's a surprise waiting for you.
My stepmother?
No, of course not. This surprise has nothing to do with Madame Ficini. Some surprises can be pleasant, you know. Come with me.
Hello, Miss Sophie. Oh, I recognise my little wildflower. My, how you've grown. You're becoming a young lady. Don't you know who I am, Miss Sophie? Lucie. I took care of you at Rayon when you were younger. I was your servant. I felt so awful when I learned about your parents. I work very near here. The servants at Rayon told me that you were here. I wanted to see you again after all this time. This is for you, Miss Sophie. You always loved marzipan. It's just a little present. But you had that doll when I was with you. It's the same one, isn't it? You called her your baby, didn't you? But didn't you bury her in your garden? You must have dug her up. That poor doll went through so much. But you dressed her so well. I remember thinking how strange it was to want to bury a doll. You were always full of original ideas when you were small.
But I'm older now. I don't want to remember things.
Oh, Miss Sophie, I didn't mean to upset you.
Ah, here's some nice fresh milk. I'm going to make some chocolate.
You must be happy here. Madame de Fleurville is such a warm and generous person.
She took me away from my horrible stepmother.
You won't find another woman like Madame de Fleurville in all of Normandy.
Was I a very naughty girl with my mamma before?
Don't be silly, Miss Sophie. You were a lively child, full of energy and imagination.
But mamma was always punishing me.
She was severe for your own good, Sophie.
She sent you away. I remember now. Why?
I'd never looked after children before. When you were born...
You saw me born?
Why, yes. I arrived at Rayon a few weeks before your birth. I was very young, and your mother thought I lacked authority. She wasn't altogether wrong. You had a very good mamma. Goodbye for now, Sophie. To see how you've turned out, I'll come again.
Goodbye, Lucie.
Children, we must start thinking about our departure. Next week, we shall leave Fleurville and, like every year, spend the winter in Paris.
Oh, Paris! Yes, hooray! There are lots of things we're going to show you, like the Tuileries Gardens, Concord. Oh, yes! Oh, winter in Paris! Hooray! Is Alyssa coming too? A few servants stay at Fleurville, but Alyssa will come along, of course. You know, as for me, it just wouldn't be the same without Alyssa.
Of course, not everyone can come to Paris with us.
We don't have as many rooms as we do here.
Poor us.
Will I sleep with Camille?
We've made a little room for you out of an old office. I think it's lovely.
Everybody is going away and there's no place for us. They're going to send me away. I probably won't even be able to take you with me. I won't let them separate us. We'll both run away. I won't abandon you, my baby.
Miss Sophie, it's time for tea.
I'm not hungry.
But Miss Sophie...
Nobody cares about us. We're all alone in the world.
Sophie says that she has a tummy ache and she doesn't want to come down.
The servant who looked after her at Rion was here. Poor Sophie must be feeling very sad.
She begins to forget her unhappiness, and something always happens to make her remember.
You have been so wonderful. Camille and Madeleine have been so patient. I wanted so much to remain with you.
I'm not certain I understand, Sophie. Just what do you mean?
You're all going to Paris and there's no room. Perhaps I can come to visit you when you return next summer.
Sophie, but of course you're coming with us to Paris. You've a room all to yourself.
Really? I am? I'm coming with you?
You're part of our family. How could you imagine for a moment that we would leave you behind?
I love you so much. I want to stay with you forever.
Chestnut trees!
But not the same ones we eat. They're only decorative and they do look pretty.
Mama, can we look at the fabrics in the department store? You promised me a new dress, remember? Mama, what is that big building?
The Madeleine Church, dear.
Madeleine, I didn't know you had such a big church. Oh!
That if you spent the winter in the country, you'd be just terribly bored. And you, Sophie, do you prefer Paris or the country? Sophie? Sophie? What is it? What's wrong? Hello, Mischief. Oh, he's adorable. Can I play with him? Mischief seems to have a weakness for Sophie.
Be careful. The trunks are very heavy, especially that one.
Don't just stand there. Help us to unload the baggage. Hurry.
Mademoiselle's spacious winter home.
All of this is for me? It's bigger and more beautiful than my room at the chateau.
We refurnished Father's room for you. Marguerite is in what used to be his office.
What a lovely dressing table.
And there might just be a little gift waiting for you on the bed, Sophie.
Well, children, is everything all right? Are you settling in?
Oh, thank you so much for everything. Oh, I love the snow.
Stop jumping around.
Now we can make snowmen and have snowball fights, slide around. Everything looks so different in the snow.
You're very elegant, Miss Sophie. A Parisian mademoiselle.
Melissa, may I wear my new hat with all the fur on it when we go out later?
Not only may you, but you have to so as not to catch cold.
Alyssa, Sophie.
Look at what our mothers bought us.
You know you're meeting Jean and Leon at the Botanical Gardens.
Jean and Leon?
You used to like them very much when you were younger, didn't you?
It's been such a long time. Jean won't even remember who I am. Oh, what is it?
You'll have to guess.
A picture? A book? A drawing?
Ah.
Something like a book with a drawing. And a picture. Oh, it's so lovely. Is that Paris?
Yes, and look at this.
Oh, a donkey. Did you draw it, Jean?
Yes, it will be our souvenir.
There. Now it's our drawing as well.
You were very fond of Jean, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Quickly, the carriage is waiting. Be careful, Miss Sophie. Oh, good Lord. Oh. Just wait till I catch you.
This is the very best pastry I've ever eaten.
You say that every time you eat dessert.
Sophie, you mustn't lean over your food. Sit up.
I can't find my handkerchief.
Don't worry, dear. You can use one of the napkins.
Sophie, you're not going to cry about a simple handkerchief.
Don't talk if you don't know anything.
I'm sure it must have been Bridget who mislaid it, that's all.
No, I'm sure I've lost it.
Hello.
Hello. Dear cousins, really, we're getting a bit too old for that sort of thing, you know.
But Leon, are you forgetting that we haven't seen each other for months?
Don't worry, dear cousin. The next time I shall simply wave with my hand.
We'd like you to meet Marguerite. You do remember Sophie, don't you?
Your friend is not in a very good mood. Hello, Sophie. I'm very glad to see you again. I thought of you quite often.
You were so afraid Jean wouldn't know who you were. He recognized you straight away, you see? Leon!
I'll get you for that, little pest.
He looks like Leon!
Take that!
Help
I'm sorry. My brother always plays the fool when he's in a group.
It's not Leon, it's me.
Look at the monkeys. Aren't they funny?
He's so funny. I would love to have him for a pet.
No, please don't. The poor thing. Nobody should be allowed to hit children like that.
They're only monkeys, and monkeys are mischievous and playful, you know that. But they're amusing too.
There's nothing amusing about a beating. When my stepmother hit me, it was so painful. I could barely walk at all. And it was not amusing in the least.
Oh, Miss Sophie.
Mother is mean and nasty to her baby. And I don't even have my handkerchief.
What's the matter, Sophie?
It's time to go home.
Oh no, I want to see the bears now.
Marguerite, don't be selfish. Sophie isn't well.
Such a delicate creature.
You have a very rare talent for being very unpleasant, Leon. You don't take lessons, do you?
We had better go now too. First, we'll say goodbye to our aunt.
Isn't that Sophie's handkerchief? Yes, it is. It's strange because Sophie takes it wherever she goes. I hope the poor child doesn't think she's lost it.
Mama, we saw lots and lots of animals.
Oh, my handkerchief. Oh, thank you. I was so frightened that I'd lost it.
Mama, Sophie cried so much just because of her handkerchief.
Sophie, did you enjoy seeing the animals?
No. There was a monkey and she kept beating her baby. It was so sad, it made me cry.
My darling, you won't be beaten here with us, you know that. We all love you, Sophie dear.
And I thought I had lost Mama's handkerchief.
I know, my dear. Now, why don't you take a little rest upstairs? All of this emotion must have made you very tired.
Oh, yes. I'll go to my room for a while. You and I are going to try and look pretty for Madame de Fleurville. Come in.
Excuse me, Sophie. I came to say goodbye. I'm really glad you found your handkerchief. It's very pretty too.
My mother embroidered it for me. It was her last gift.
You know you have a perfect right to cry. I would never feel ashamed. Do you remember that poor donkey we stuck with the kitchen fork and whipped with holly? We did so many mischievous things when we were little.
Why does everyone have to talk about when I was little?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to make you sad.
I know you didn't. Is that why you did a drawing of a donkey in the bookshop?
You mean you remember my gift? Oh, Sophie. Oh, it's the same old donkey.
Oh. The snow is so lovely.
Miss Sophie, you're going to catch cold.
Oh no! You're going to be a giant. Up you go. There. La 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 la.